The Marriage of Anansewa. Summary and characters. Major characters. 1. George Kweku Ananse. George Kweku Ananse is the central character and mastermind of the play. A middle-aged man of great cunning and wit, he is both humorous and selfish. As a modern-day extension of the legendary Ananse the trickster from Ghanaian folklore, he blends tradition with modern opportunism. Driven by greed and ambition, he schemes to secure wealth by sending identical letters to 4 different chiefs, proposing his daughter Anansewa's hand in marriage to each of them. Despite his intelligence and charm, Ananse's manipulation exposes his moral flaws. He treats his daughter as a means to financial success rather than as a person with emotions and choices. However, through the unfolding events, particularly Anansewa's feigned death and resurrection, he realizes the consequences of deceit and learns humility. His character provides humor, tension, and moral reflection, representing both the charm and the danger of excessive cleverness. 2. Anansewa. Anansewa, George Ananse's only daughter, is a young and beautiful woman whose obedience, innocence, and emotional depth form the play's emotional core. She symbolizes the struggles faced by women in patriarchal societies, where they are often used as bargaining tools for social or financial gain. Despite her father's manipulation, Anansewa's character radiates respect and decency. Her initial protest against her father's plan reflects a clash between youthful integrity and parental pressure. Though she is persuaded to cooperate, she later collapses under emotional stress, leading to her supposed death, a symbolic turning point that exposes her father's guilt. When she returns to life, she embodies forgiveness and renewal. Through Anansewa, Efua Sutherland highlights themes of love, duty, and the resilience of women. Her transformation from submissive daughter to respected wife of chief who is chief marks a journey from exploitation to empowerment. 3. Chief who is chief. Chief who is chief is the wealthiest and most influential of the 4 chiefs competing for Anansewa's hand in marriage. His power and generosity set him apart as a symbol of authority, stability, and leadership. Unlike the other chiefs, who withdraw after Anansewa's death, Chief who is chief demonstrates loyalty and sincerity by making the largest contribution to her funeral. His grand gestures reflect not just wealth, but genuine emotional investment. His acceptance of Anansewa after her resurrection underscores forgiveness, integrity, and the belief in destiny. Chief who is chief's character balances Ananse's deceit with honor and moral strength, showing that true greatness lies in generosity of heart. Efua Sutherland uses him to critique the misuse of intelligence and celebrate the values of honesty and compassion. By the end of the play, his union with Anansewa restores social balance and rewards goodness over greed. 4. The narrator. The narrator in The Marriage of Anansewa serves as both storyteller and commentator, guiding the audience through the events of the play. She is a wise, observant woman who bridges the gap between the stage and the audience, often breaking the 4th wall to explain or interpret Ananse's actions. Her tone blends humor, empathy, and moral instruction. The narrator's presence transforms the play into a communal experience, echoing the oral tradition of African storytelling where lessons are shared through performance. She praises Ananse's wit, but also warns of his greed, encouraging the audience to reflect on the balance between intelligence and integrity. As a female narrator, she adds warmth and authority, showing how women's voices preserve culture and moral order. In the end, she summarizes the lessons of the story, that wisdom must serve goodness, not selfish ambition, making her voice the moral compass of the entire play. Minor characters. 1. Christy. Christy is a friend and supporter of the Ananse family, often providing emotional guidance and practical advice to Anansewa. She represents the voice of reason and maternal wisdom within the story. Christy understands Ananse's tricks, but maintains compassion toward both father and daughter. Her presence highlights the community's concern for morality and decency in family relationships. Efua Sutherland uses Christy to contrast Ananse's cunning with sincerity and care. She subtly reminds the audience of the importance of guidance and truth in a society driven by greed and ambition. 2. Ekua. Ekua is Anansewa's close friend, serving as her confidant and emotional anchor. She listens, advises, and empathizes with Anansewa's feelings about her father's plans. Her character reflects youthful friendship and the shared dreams of young women navigating societal expectations. Through Efua, the play gains emotional depth and realism as she brings out Anansewa's vulnerability and humanity. Although her role is brief, she represents the younger generation's perspective, questioning traditional authority while valuing love and honesty. 3. The other chiefs. The other three chiefs, the chief of Sewa, the chief of Akate, and the chief from the east, collectively represent wealth, power, and the influence of social hierarchy. Each responds to Ananse's deceit differently, but together they symbolize how greed and competition can blind judgment. Their quick withdrawal after Anansewa's supposed death contrasts sharply with Chief Who is Chief's loyalty, highlighting sincerity versus opportunism. Efua Sutherland uses them to expose the moral weakness of those who value material gain over emotional truth. 4. Ananse's mother. Though she appears briefly, Ananse's mother, the old woman, symbolizes the moral and traditional backbone of the family. She represents ancestral wisdom, spiritual awareness, and the continuity of culture. Her presence reminds the audience of the older generation's role in maintaining family ethics and societal values. Through her, Efua Sutherland emphasizes respect for elders and the cultural connection between past and present. 5. Messengers and servants. The messengers and servants serve as minor but essential figures who move the story forward. They deliver letters, gifts, and news from the chiefs, acting as links between Ananse's schemes and their real-world impact. Their actions reveal the structure of social communication and hierarchy in traditional African society. Although they do not influence major decisions, their presence adds realism and rhythm to the play's dramatic flow.